Welcome to Gray Overload. I'm Anthony, and AMD has announced the Ryzen 3000 XT series. AMD has announced this 3000 XT product line, which is going to be replacing three products in their line currently, which is the 3600X, the 3800X, and the 3900X, and they will now all have an XT. So you'll have a little bit more on the boost side. Same TDP on these three processors from their previous the previous X versions. So the 3900 XT will be 125 watt TDP, and your boost then will be at 4.7 instead of 4.6. The bases are all the same across these processors. The 3800 XT now will be at 4.7 boost instead of 4.5, and then the 3600 XT will be 4.5 boost instead of 4.4. So we all get a little bit of jump in there. AMD is saying you should see about a 4% increase in performance. Once the tests come out, when these products launch on July 7th, we'll be able to see where they stand against even the previous 3900X and 3800X and 3600X, but also where they stand against Intel's 10900X, which is, I think, what AMD really kind of put out there for this. And it's good to have at least a little bit of competition. I think Intel is still, with that 14 nanometer, not something I would really suggest right now, with hopefully Intel getting something out that's a little bit more competitive, a little bit more future-proof than kind of their legacy architecture that they haven't really, they're massaging to keep up with AMD. But Intel was able to win out some benchmarks in those single-threaded, which, for a mature process, that's going to be something they're going to be able to do. And they're able to then push AMD to get these parts out. Now, these parts are going to be slotted in the same price points that the original X series processors were at. So, $499 for the 3900 XT. You're going to have $399 for the 3800 XT, and then you're going to have $249 for the 3600 XT. Now, when you start looking at what the prices are of the 3900X, the 3800X, and the 3600X, you're going to see it's around like $415 for that 3900X. The 3800X, I think I saw it for like $325, around that price range here in the United States, and then I saw the 3600X around like $217 or so, and those are really great prices. But then you got, I was even just, went down the rabbit hole and was like, okay, so what is a 3600? That's 166 right now. I knew, I'm like, well, if I'm looking at the 3600X, 3600 XT, I can say put $100 then towards a graphics card or something else that, I would be then spending on the processor. So there's a lot of options right now to even go through and, to pick something out that is going to fit for you in your price range, or adjust it so that you can put maybe a little bit more money to a more powerful graphics card, or get a better SSD or something like that, depending upon where you think games are going to go. I have my own thoughts on where games are going to go, and that probably will be a separate video here, hopefully at some point in the future, especially with the PS4 and Xbox Series X, or PS5 and Xbox Series X. Well, it's been so ingrained in me so long that I keep thinking about the current consoles and not what's coming. But these are gonna be a huge benefit of where you can stick your money, and you're gonna have to make more choices. And the competitiveness of that is gonna make it so that you can maybe build a more computer more suited to your needs of what games you're playing. So I'm really excited to see that happen in the future of what I think it is. But these processors, I really hope that AMD is still sticking to their guns and going to release some sort of Zen 3 desktop later this year. I think with them wanting to release Big Navi, as everyone's calling it, and really kind of push that out and launch, AMD's just a new high-end system. I think it would be a great idea to launch not just these processors here to kind of, keep off and stave off of what Intel's saying they can do, but really show you want to build a high-end system this year. Here it is. We got Big Navi, we got our new Zen 3, you have the B550 and the X570 boards that have been out, and here you go. And we're going to have the full stack down on both, desktop and GPU in new process, or new architectures, right? Your Zen and your Navi, and here you go. You can go build a system. I think that'd be a really exciting move by AMD. Also, I like it because it keeps the pressure on Intel. Intel has got to make a move, and I think even with what we're seeing with Nvidia and the new news of Big Navi, you kind of starting to see some interesting leaks out of Nvidia. Now, I don't think all of them are true. I think that there's like I was listening to Moore's Law is Dead with not an Apple fan, and I think they're both right. There's a lot of misconceptions kind of going out there too to try to see who's leaking the information, as well as you're also trying to play a game with your competitor to not show them everything you are doing, so that they can make final adjustments to either crush you or adapt, or you got to keep them guessing, right? They're competitors, and you don't want them to know all your information until the product's released. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of wheels moving, but I really hope that AMD, because there was that rumor saying AMD's going to delay Zen 3 until early next year. I really hope that is, and AMD came out and refuted that and I'm forgetting of who they talked to refute that claim, but they didn't say which exactly chips will be released. But I think server is probably going to be coming out this year. I could actually see that slipping a little bit, depending upon what the server guys are doing, and if it gets too late in the year, you may see that. Especially, this has been a kind of weird year, a lot of working from home with the human malware that's been out there. But there is, I think, a sense that if AMD were to release like a Zen 3 on desktop, just my feelings about it is that AMD has a huge opportunity to show here's a high-end system, and you're going to be driving then, especially if you can get something that really beats Intel with that Zen 3 product, and you're going to be driving them Big Navi. Even if Big Navi isn't or just competitive with NVIDIA's high-end, you're going to be driving some of those Navi sales, just so that people, when they build that system, they just naturally look that way to the AMD side. If you're AMD chip, stats kind of show that they kind of gravitate towards that way a little bit more. But then you also have NVIDIA, and both names are going to be out there, and NVIDIA is going to be pushing to keep that out there, keep it pushing forward, because they want to keep their stranglehold on the market that they already have, right? They need their sales to keep going up, and so I do hope prices come down. But we'll see. Even with you see the 3900s now pricing come down. However, the XT is being slot back into that $499 price, or the XTs are being slotted into their original prices. Now they should come down over time, but everyone's trying to keep their margins up and slot in there, and I'm really hoping that over time they just start coming down, because I would like to have a little bit more fun building a little bit more machines for people, but pricing is always a tricky one. So let me know what your thoughts are on these XTs. Maybe what you think about the Zen 3 stuff. Navi, I'd love to hear your comments. NVIDIA side things. I mean, you can comment about Intel too. It's just, I guess they got Tiger Lake. That's kind of exciting. They had Lakefield that I still might do a video on if I get interested in it again. It's interesting to me. It's just not exciting, I guess. And I want something exciting. Come on, Intel. Let's go. So, yeah, leave a comment as well. I appreciate you guys. Sorry about not getting a video out sooner. I want to do the PS5. I want to do Lakefield and stuff. Daughter had to go to the hospital. She had a little bit of surgery. Nothing major, but still takes a couple days out of you that you have to get back in the groove of things, and or a few days until you can, because you're back and forth hospitals, and it's a fun time to go to a hospital right now, I'll tell you that. Oof. So with that, I do want to say thank you guys. Thank you guys for helping out this channel and helping it grow. I really appreciate it. It's been great to see you guys' support and helping the channel grow. It's awesome. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. God bless.